When she walked through the door that morning, hair tangled like she'd slept on a stranger's couch and makeup half wiped, she barely met my eyes. "Sorry," she said, setting her keys in the bowl. "My phone died. I didn't see your texts." I didn't say anything. Not then. Because I already knew. I'd already seen it. The graph. Her fitness tracker, the same one I bought her last Christmas because she said she wanted to get serious about her health, had logged a spike in activity. At 3:12 a.m. Sustained movement. Elevated heart rate. Nearly 47 minutes. She never went for late-night runs. We live in the suburbs. And she hadn't touched her gym shoes in weeks. I stood there in the kitchen, fingers curled loosely around my coffee mug, heart calm in that eerie way it gets when the storm's already passed and all you're left with is debris. "Rough night?" I asked. My voice didn't betray me. She sighed. "God, yes. We went to Cassidy's, then to that rooftop bar downtown. My phone died around 1, and I couldn't get a ride. Had to crash at her place." I nodded, stirring my coffee though I didn't take a sip. She smiled then, a small, worn-out smile that tried too hard. "You okay? You look off." And that's when I showed her. No words, just the screen, the graph. A single glowing line peeking into the sky at 3:12 a.m., like a heartbeat during a lie detector test. She blinked. "What's that?" "You tell me," I said, keeping my voice steady. "You were asleep, right?" The silence that followed was surgical. It carved the distance between us with precision. Her eyes flicked from the graph to my face, then back again, like a child caught with chocolate on her hands insisting she didn't touch the cake. "It's probably a glitch," she said. That's when I knew. Not suspected. Not feared. Knew. I didn't ask questions. I didn't raise my voice. I just set the tracker down on the table between us like a court summons and walked past her, upstairs, into the bathroom, locked the door, and cried like a man who'd been handed proof that his world was built on a fault line. I didn't talk to her for 2 days. Not out of spite. Out of confusion. Out of heartbreak. Yes, but also self-doubt. Was I overreacting? Was I reading too much into it? A glitch, maybe? Some weird bug? But no, the app didn't lie. I'd set it up myself, linked it to my phone so we could share our health stats. We joked about it once. "I'll know if you cheat on your workouts," I'd said. Funny how jokes grow teeth. On the 3rd day, I started noticing things. Her texts were shorter, colder. She kept her phone face down. Always. And then, I don't even know why I did this. I went into our shared cloud account. We'd both synced our photos there at one point, back when trust wasn't a question, back when her smile felt like home instead of strategy. There was a burst folder. A dozen shots from that night. All black. But one of them had light. A slice of a hotel headboard. A sliver of a tattoo on someone's shoulder. Not mine. She hadn't deleted it. She just forgot the cloud remembered. I didn't confront her. Not yet. The truth is, you don't plan how you'll handle betrayal. You think you'll scream, pack bags, smash things. But when it comes, it's slower. Softer. Like watching a spider crawl across your ceiling while you lie frozen in bed. I started watching her. Closely. Like a stranger I had to study to survive. That Friday night, she got dressed up. Tight jeans. Red lipstick she hadn't worn in months. "Girls' night again?" I asked casually. She nodded, almost too fast. "Yeah, Cassidy and Bree. You don't mind, right?" I kissed her cheek. "Have fun." And then I did what she never thought I would. I followed. I stayed 2 cars behind. Drove without headlights for the last few blocks. I know that sounds crazy, but if you've ever followed someone you love because you have to know, you'll understand. It's not paranoia. It's survival. A way to reclaim the version of yourself that isn't being lied to. She didn't go to Cassidy's. Didn't even head in that direction. She drove to a mid-range hotel near the interstate. Not sketchy enough to raise eyebrows, but not polished enough to risk running into someone we knew. I parked in the lot across the street. Watched her get out, check her phone, then slide a key card from her purse. Not a guest card. A room card. She didn't even knock when she got to room 228. Just walked in. That was around 8:45. By 9:10, I'd memorized every crack in my steering wheel. I didn't take pictures. Didn't text her. Didn't scream into the void or key his car if he had one. I just sat there and wondered how long it had been going on. Was 3:12 a.m. the first time? Or just the first time she got caught by her own pulse? She came home after midnight. Quiet steps. Light off in the hallway. I lay in bed pretending to be asleep, breathing slow, even. while she undressed in the dark. She slipped beneath the covers like a ghost. Her back faced me, and that's when I realized the betrayal wasn't the sex. It was the ease. The way she moved around me like guilt didn't live in her bones. Like she'd already rehearsed a version of herself that had nothing to hide. That stung worse than any graph. The next morning, she was making pancakes. Like it was Sunday. Like we still had Sunday. "Hey," she said, flipping one and smiling. "I was thinking we could drive up to the lake house this weekend. Unplug a little." "Sounds nice," I said. She looked relieved, like a test had been passed. Like my voice was the one piece of evidence she still needed to convince herself she was innocent. But I was already gone, emotionally. What she didn't know was that I'd found the receipts in her email trash folder. Same hotel. Same room. Twice before. She'd deleted them, but not before they synced to our shared inbox archive. She wasn't even careful. By Thursday, I had a plan. I started transferring our savings into a separate account. Quietly. Legally. She didn't notice. She was too busy pretending. I spoke with a lawyer. Not for revenge. For protection. I wasn't going to blow up her life. I just wanted out without giving her the satisfaction of drama. Because drama is oxygen for liars. Silence is starvation. That night, she came into the living room while I was watching something, some crime documentary I can't even remember now. She sat beside me, curled into my side like she used to. "Are you okay?" she asked. "You've been, I don't know, distant." I didn't answer right away, just stared at the screen. Then I turned to her and said, gently, "Do you love me?" She blinked. "Of course I do." But her mouth twitched. Just slightly. That little falter only visible when someone knows they're lying. And I knew I couldn't unsee it. That weekend, we went to the lake house. She posted pictures, laughed beside me in selfies, wore the same hoodie she used to steal from my drawer in the early days. But when she kissed me, I felt nothing. And when I kissed her back, it was just muscle memory. A reflex. I wasn't kissing her anymore. I was kissing the memory of who I thought she was. The difference was unbearable. The final straw came on Sunday night. We were sitting outside, the fire pit crackling between us, when her phone buzzed. She reached for it, then hesitated, turned it face down. That was it. Not the buzz. Not the hesitation. The fact that she hesitated with me. I'd once been her safest person. Now I was someone she had to hide from. I didn't confront her. Not that night. Instead, I went inside, logged into the fitness tracker again, out of habit more than anything. And there it was. Another spike. Not at 3:12 this time, but 2:46 a.m., 2 weeks earlier. In the city, the pattern was clear now. Consistent. Each lie backed by her own heartbeat. Her own skin. I started sleeping in the guest room. Told her I was having back pain. Needed space. She bought it. Or pretended to. Either way, she didn't press. Maybe a part of her wanted me to find out. Or needed me to end it so she wouldn't have to. I don't know. But I do know this. Betrayal isn't always loud. Sometimes it comes wrapped in silence, pancakes, and fake smiles. And sometimes the loudest proof is a tiny graph, buried in your phone, showing the truth your heart already knew. It ended the way most betrayals do, not with fireworks, but with a thud. A moment so quiet it almost didn't register. We were folding laundry. She held up one of my shirts and smiled like nothing was wrong. Like we were still us. "You used to wear this one all the time," she said. "Remember?" I took it from her hands, folded it once, twice. "I remember everything," I said. And I meant it. The late nights driving across states just to see her. The time she cried in the kitchen over a bad review at work, and I held her until sunrise. The weekend we got snowed in, and she made pancakes wearing socks on her hands. I remembered all of it. And still, none of it could undo that 1:47-minute spike on a fitness graph at 3:12 a.m. "I have something to show you," I said. I left the laundry on the bed, went to my drawer, and pulled out a manila envelope. Inside, screenshots, receipts, a printed copy of the fitness tracker data, synced photos, all labeled. I didn't throw it at her. I didn't accuse. I simply placed it on her lap. She didn't open it. Just stared. "Is this what I think it is?" she asked, voice barely above a whisper. I nodded. Her face didn't crumble. She didn't sob. No storm of apologies or denials. Just a long, sharp exhale, like someone who'd been holding their breath for weeks. "How long have you known?" she asked. "Since the first spike," I said. "Since you told me your phone died." She nodded slowly. Still no tears. Her fingers tightened on the edge of the envelope. It wasn't supposed to be, she started, but stopped. I didn't mean to. I waited. That was the thing. I was always the one who waited. Waited for her to choose me. Waited for her to come back from nights out. Waited for love that kept shrinking into silence. You stopped seeing me, she finally said, not looking at me. You were here, but you weren't with me. I felt alone. I didn't defend myself. Not because she was right, but because I understood. We had drifted. But she jumped ship before telling me we were sinking. You could have told me, I said. You could have said anything. Instead, you just moved on while I was still in the room. That broke something in me. Not the cheating. The erasure. The fact that she let me keep loving her when she already loved someone else. She reached out, touched my hand. It felt like a stranger's hand. I'm sorry, she whispered. I really am. I nodded. I believe you. And I did. But sorry doesn't reset a clock. It just marks the time when things broke beyond repair. 2 weeks later, I moved out. No shouting. No slammed doors. No social media announcements. I left her the house. Took only what I needed. My clothes, my books, the framed photo of my parents holding hands at their 40th anniversary. That was the kind of love I believed in. The kind that survived everything but lies. She texted me a month later. A simple, "Do you ever miss me?" I stared at the screen for a long time. And then I replied, "I miss who I thought you were." She never wrote back after that. Now I'm okay. I sleep without wondering what secrets lie behind a late text or a dead phone. I walk with lighter steps. Laugh more often. Trust, not blindly, but bravely. I still wear that shirt she mentioned. The one she said I used to wear all the time. Only now, it doesn't smell like heartbreak. It smells like me. Just me. Whole again. Not because she came back, but because I let her go.